professional wrestling exhibition performed by professionally trained athletes. Do not try this at home.
Uprisers, and welcome to another episode of UPW Uprising. I'm your host, Jesse Weaver, and whoa, producer Steve.
Hey, what's up, Weaver?
What's up?
How's it going?
What are you doing here?
Well, UPW management, whoever they are, told myself that I could be here today.
Told yourself that you could be here today? What does that even mean?
I don't know. Don't ask questions.
Well, that's kind of my job here most of the time.
Well, I just go with it.
All right, whatever that means. But folks, today's episode, not only do we have a special guest with us in producer Steve, but it is our third to last stop on our road to Marquette Mania 3. Folks, we are about to enter Hometown Throwdown. It is tonight. Bell starts at 7 p.m. Folks, there is a stacked card here tonight. We're going to kick it off with the big one, the Good as Gold gauntlet match.
Gauntlet match this year. So it's a little bit different. You know, last year, Marquette Mania 2, we did see the Good as Gold ladder match.
Right.
Everybody knows what happened with the Good as Gold ladder match. The benefactor, Judge Jesse, who I heard you guys are trying to get an interview with.
Yes. Folks, as a matter of fact, not to cut you off, Steve, that's where my cohort, partner in crime, whatever you want to call him, whatever that means, Draven Stryker, Mr. Business, Draven, Mr. Business, is out on business, making sure that interview is a go. We got the okay, that it was okay. I think there's some red tape he's got to cut through because I'm involved. But we will, once he gets back to me with that information, then we will have solid info on this interview. But that is why Mr. Business is not here on this episode as we speak. So anyway, back to Judge Jesse in the Good as Gold match last year at Marquette Mania 2. Mm-hmm. He was wronged out of his contract.
Well, define wronged.
Well, he could tell you that he has litigation and there's some gears working as far as that's concerned. That he did sign that contract, and then Samson came and scratched his name off and signed the contract, and now Samson is the reigning, defending UPW heavyweight champion. That's Judge Jesse's bone to pick, but that is what I believe is what kicked off this whole collective nonsense that we have going on here in UPW. And that's what Mr. Business and myself are trying to get to the bottom of. He's got some connection with Judge Jesse they have a history together, so hopefully that'll be a good bone in, at least in his favor. He gets probably more answers than I. As you guys know, my run-ins with the collective have not been so friendly or well received, we'll say. I was kidnapped, and I also was made privy to the information of Judge Jesse being the benefactor, and I didn't say anything, so I hope that would be a good word on my part. But
so how is being in a trunk, by the way?
It's not fun.
Well,
I apologize.
I know it's not fun. Right. Yeah, a little redemption when your friends are the writers of the show. Anyway, back to this Good as Gold gauntlet match. What did that even mean?
I don't even know.
So we've got 6 guys now. So Judge Jesse, the benefactor, is one of the 6 men that we have in this match.
Right.
We also have Mr. Made for TV, Tully Bittarelli, in this match. Now, Tully. We've seen this guy. Now, we've seen Tully come in and out over the last several months here in UPW. He was gone for a few months. He's back. Last month, we saw him go up against Melvin Hayes.
Right.
And Melvin Hayes making a comeback after a bout with cancer. Again, welcome back, Melvin. Melvin Hayes isn't a part of this Good as Gold match, and you know, honestly, that's somebody I could see potentially going up to the top and being the UPW champion and potentially facing Samson. But that being said, back to the people that are in this match, you got Tully. Tully's a beast. I mean, you guys just look at him. Tully is a beast. Yes. Now, you put Tully in a match with Judge Jesse, and we have the likes of Gio Bronco and BJ Allen. So there's a tag team right there. So those two guys have the upper hand now too.
That's an interesting mix too.
Right.
When you throw that in, that's an interesting mix because that's, you know, now friends have to become foe. Yeah, you can team up and be together in those situations, but at the end of the day, it's one guy going home happy.
Well, now we look at who else is in the match. We have the Great Akuma. Now, the Great Akuma is somebody who that BJ and Gio Bronco are familiar with because they've faced up against the Great Akuma before.
Right.
And rumor has it, they might be facing up against Great Akuma again sometime soon. But that's for further down the road.
But now we have the wild card in Supreme Brett Powers.
Supreme Brett Powers. So we have the hometown boy. This is hometown Throwdown.
There's that factor that comes in that he could be that X factor in this match.
Last year at Marquette Mania 2, going back to Marquette Mania, we had Supreme Brett Powers as one of the final two men in that Battle Royal, the Mike Shaw Memorial Battle Royal, with Shark Boy. And it came down to Shark Boy and Supreme Brett Powers.
Right.
So we've seen Supreme Brett Powers over the last going on 26 years. This is the 26th anniversary. We celebrated 25 last year. This is the 26th anniversary of UPW. So we've had Supreme Brett Powers now over the last longevity, the whole 26 years of UPW, and we've seen the mark that he's left on the company, and he's not somebody we should leave out of potentially winning this match.
No, absolutely not. That's why I said, you know, we have a stock, locked, and loaded, good as gold gauntlet match. All these guys, they're just packed with talent. They're no strangers to one another. But then here comes the hometown boy, and that, you know, we don't see him on. They don't see him on a basis enough, I guess, to get in homework on, because we don't know what he's been doing. We know that he's obviously ready for this match, but when it comes to the other opponents, how do you study a guy that isn't out and about and you don't know what he's doing? That's the X factor that I said right there. So I agree with you. Yes, that's totally 100%. Brett Powers could come in and walk away with this thing. And just the feuds alone and the bad blood between Great Akuma, Gio Bronco, and BJ Allen, and then you got Judge Jesse also. There's a lot. That's a powder keg.
And let's talk about Judge Jesse.
Yeah.
The collective could play a part in this. We
absolutely.
don't have a clue. So this is even bigger than we think.
Hard. You know that.
And we have the six guys that are in the match. We have Judge Jesse. We have Gio Bronco. We have BJ Allen. We have Tully Bertarelli. We have Great Akuma. We have Supreme Brett Powers. I mean, this match is going to be one hell of a match.
Absolutely. That right there is worth price admission and then some, folks.
Absolutely. So we're not going to stop there. So what else do we have going on in the show? We have TW3 returning.
Yep.
TW3, OVW superstar. This guy has been all over the country. He's hot. He's on fire. T-Dub, somebody that started here in the Midwest. He's been a UPW heavyweight champion before.
That 80s baby.
The 80s baby. So he's going to be here at the show. What's T-Dub going to be doing? Who's he looking out for? Honestly, I don't know. I have no clue. I'm happy to see Tommy back here in the Midwest. It's going to be great to have him here. And rumor has it he's going to be joining us at another show here on the tour, on the Road to Marquette Mania 3 tour. So great to see Tommy back again.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And I was able to do a little bit of digging, and I did find out that UPW heavyweight champion Samson will be at hometown Throwdown. Now, what kind of condition is he in? I didn't get a clear answer on that.
So we've seen the video. The video was posted up online. He went right from our last show at the Max, at Maxed Out, right into surgery.
Yep.
And this is something that he has been. It's been affecting him for months. This isn't something that just came out of nowhere.
No.
We've all seen him walking with a limp. You can see it watching Uprising. This is something that's been going on for months. So we know he's had the surgery. I don't know what kind of condition he's in. We don't know when he's coming back, if he's coming back. Is he going to give up the title? That's a question we have
All
to...
I was made privy to was that he told me, he said, Weaver, I'll be there. So...
Well, we saw it posted on the UPW socials this week, so it's been verified. Samson's going to be in the house. We don't know what Samson's going to be in the house for. But again, that hip injury, man, how do you come back from that?
Right. I mean, I had a back injury and I had gone under the knife, so I know exactly. I mean, totally different area of the body, but you're going under the knife, and it's
this is fresh.
Mobility.
This is fresh too.
Right.
We're only about a month out from the surgery
Right.
he's had, so. I'm honestly, I'll be amazed if we see him on crutches. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him coming in a wheelchair.
Well, my hopes and prayers are that he's A-okay, and maybe, I mean, we will see him, but yeah, hopefully we see him not on crutches or not in a wheelchair or something along those lines. But moving right along, we have a women's match for you guys. Introducing to UPW into the women's division is Chaos, and she will be taking on Danny Moe. And Danny Moe is becoming a familiar face around here in UPW. And this Chaos, I have not done any homework yet on her, but this has got to be more and more exciting for this women's division and this women's revolution that we're trying to kick off here in UPW.
So some information on Chaos. So back at Mayhem in Marquette back in November, we had Brittany K. Brittany K and Chaos are tag team partners. Okay. Now we saw the size of Brittany K. And we've seen Chaos now in the poster.
Yes.
I for one wouldn't want to mess with either one of these girls. But now you bring in Danny Moe. Danny Moe, another person just like Tito, has been all over the country.
Right.
Somebody that is on fire. You see Danny Moe everywhere. So Danny Moe was with us back when we were here in Escanaba last time, back in October, and Danny Moe and Fasad were with us back then, and she's somebody that's going to be seen around here in UPW again. So I'm glad we're going to have her back here this weekend. It was originally supposed to be Tatovic from OPW. Danny Moe stepping into her place, and I for one am more than happy to see her back here. And as I mentioned already, we're going to be seeing her again. This isn't going to go after it. So Danny Moe, we did see go up against our UPW Women's Champion, and Zandra Lee, and we've seen what she's capable of. So we take Danny Moe, a nationally known competitor, and we put her up against Chaos. I can't wait for this.
Could this be another way for her to knock on that door again of Zandra Lee and get another shot at the UPW Women's Championship?
Well, as you guys have mentioned, this is a UPW Women's Revolution, and we've had discussions and behind the scenes of maybe taking this even further. So who knows what's going to happen as far as the women's division here in UPW goes, but I'm excited to see this match.
Right.
Absolutely.
Folks, stay tuned for that. Folks, I guess we could take maybe a tiny little break here. Folks, if you guys want to get some gear from UPWshop.com, folks, don't let me tell you about it. Let's let our former tag team champions, Ghetto Gear Solid, let's let them tell you all about UPWshop.com.
How you liking that hoodie that you got on SolidGearNetwork.com? And you know we got to keep this Fox friendly, right? You heard me. Fox friendly. Fox. Anyway, you can also get more merchandise at UPWshop.com. Fox. Come Fox with Ghetto Gear Solid all day. Fox. Every day.
All right, folks. Well, they told you right there. UPW Pro Wrestling.com and UPWshop.com, where you can go get all your gear, pick up your Ghetto Gear Solid shirts, all what you need. Folks, we have updated some stuff on there. It's starting to look better and better and better, and that is only because of you guys, the fans, for all your support. We thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. From us at UPW, thank you guys out there, to all you uprisers that watch us on Fox 6 and everywhere you can get your hands on us. Thank you so much. But we just saw the former tag team champions, give us a little commercial break. But tonight, at Hometown Throwdown, they're knocking on the door again and trying to be 3-time UPW Tag Team Champions as they take on Peter B and Rick Cartier of the Society. Folks, I have never seen two men more hungry than I have ever seen when I look at Ghetto Gear Solid when it comes to these UPW Tag Team Championships. They are ready. Peter B, the legendary Peter B, and old school Rick Cartier, I know they are some tough dogs, but they better be ready. Folks, if you're ready, if you like a fight, this is what it's going to be tonight, a tag team brawl.
So let's talk about something that the Society doesn't have. They don't have their wild card. They don't have the dev.
Nope.
So another injury that was sustained at the last show that we had at Next Out. So the dev broke his ankle. The dev has had surgery.
Yep.
We know the dev's out of action. Dev's not going to be in action this weekend.
No.
So Dev will be in the house.
Yes,
he'll be joining you guys on commentary.
Yes,
so we've established that.
We announced that on Uprising a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're more than happy to have him.
So Dev will be there, but Dev's not going to be getting up. We know that.
No.
We know Dev's not getting up. So the Society doesn't have Dev. They don't have their third man. They don't have Society rules. They can't have the Freebird rules. They can't just float in whoever they want whenever they want, and they just don't have that this time. So without that, is that enough to be able to take on Ghetto Gear Solid?
Right, and another factor that you have to throw in there is yes, the Dev and Rick Cartier, they were already forming their own kind of, they established themselves as a tag team, and they came out guns a-blazing. They were looking great. And then the Society gets formed, and now I know Peter, the legendary Peter B, can form and work with anybody, but we've never really seen Rick Cartier and the legendary Peter B tag together.
So
can they be?
So is the chemistry going to be there?
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That again is a good question to be asked. The tag team division in UPW is something again that is going to be overhauled, just like the women's division.
Yep.
So UPW keeps on evolving. UPW keeps on changing. Uprising started on YouTube and these public access stations, and now we're on TV6 and Fox UP.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. So I'll go ahead and spoil something right here. We're on TV6 and Fox UP. In a couple months, we're going to be filming in Las Vegas.
Yep.
On this Road to Market Mania tour, and from Las Vegas, we're filming that Friday night. And some of the stuff that we filmed that Friday night is actually going to air that following Saturday within 24 hours right back here at home on TV6 and Fox UP.
There you go.
So we have a great partnership with Rick Rhodes and everybody down at the TV station, and we love the partnership that we've had with them, and it continues to grow and it continues to build. And with that partnership, we are able to take what UPW is doing all the way across the country and bring it back home to you, the fans, right back here at home. Knowing a lot of you aren't going to be able to make it down, that's a big trip, and it's a big ask. That's a big ask. So because of you, the fans aren't going to be able to, a lot of you aren't going to be able to make that trip and come down and see us. We are going to have some of that footage from Vegas to you within 24 hours.
Yep. So you don't have to go to Vegas necessarily. We would love all of you to come, but we are going to bring Vegas to you the best way we can on Uprising.
Well, some of you are seeing Uprising here on YouTube in the morning. Some of you are seeing it on TV6 and Fox UP in the evening after Hometown Throwdown. So at Hometown Throwdown, we're actually going to be making another announcement as far as the tickets go for Vegas. So a lot of stuff shaping up here in UPW. UPW shop, going back to that. We're bringing a whole experience now to the fans. It's not just coming in and seeing a big line of tables. The fans are going to start seeing the UPW merch and more development and more thought and more branding. And we like the fact that we're able to give it to our fans at affordable prices. And the stuff that you're going to see on the website, you're now going to be able to buy in person at the shows. Some of the stuff on the merch tables tonight, you're going to be able to see the stickers and the pillows and stuff that we offer online. And really the fact that the company, it just keeps growing and growing. It's really cool to be part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely 100%. But you did mention something. You mentioned growing. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about this growing feud that has been going on between Onyx Andretti, the UPW American Champion, and former UPW American Champion Jay Sin. Ladies and gentlemen, this feud has boiled over top, and tonight is I'm not calling this a rubber match because it's not a rubber match, but this has got to be one of the end-all be-alls for this feud. 2 out of 3 falls. It's gonna be one. I mean, I always say it's gonna be a fight, but if you have been following either man on social media and looking at Facebook of what Onyx Andretti has said about Jason and vice versa, just get your popcorn, kick your feet back, get ready to watch an ass kicking. Folks, that's...
Well, Jason was the UPW American Champion for a very, very, very long time. We've seen Sin go through all the competition.
Yep.
We've seen him go through everybody. So the fact that Onyx now is the champion, and is the champion in a questionable manner, the number one. So we have these guys that are known to brawl.
Yep.
I am looking forward to this brawl tonight.
Yeah, me too. I like watching the good old smash mouth wrestling. These guys are going to deliver. Folks, speaking of delivering, we got to get out of here. And thank you guys for watching Uprising. We make sure to get to the Delta County Chamber of Commerce in Escanaba, Michigan if you're in town. And head on down to Hometown Throwdown. Bell time's at 7. Doors open at 6:30, 6 o'clock. Maybe sooner. Hey, we might just go open this place up right now. Wink, wink. Folks, thank you so much for watching today. I am Jesse Weaver. This is...
I'm producer Steve.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Take care of one another. Love one another. We'll catch you on the flip-flop here tonight. Chamber of Commerce. Be there. Peace out.
Some crazy labyrinth here in the
Right, bobbing and weaving.
Oh, hey, I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Any judge? How you doing? Okay. Thank you for taking this interview with us here for Uprising.
So, I've been waiting for a while.
I think a lot of us at UPW and the fans have a lot of questions as to what's all going on. So I'd like to start off by saying, how did you become the benefactor? How did this whole thing with the collective begin?
I think it began before anybody knew. I mean, there's reasons for this. Everybody knows what the reasons are. You may not think you know, but you know. This has all been planted since Marquette Mania 2. We all saw what happened between Samson and I. Why I am not the UPW champion, you saw it all.
Honorable one, if you don't mind me asking you, first off, I'd like to say thank you for letting me come to the compound and interview you today with Mr. Stryker here. You guys have taken Samson's son. How was that always a plan, or was that just something that just came to be to get more under his skin, or?
You're talking too much. Samson, I saw what really meant to him to have his son there in Marquette. And what better way for me to be the bully this time? For me to take something from him other than his firstborn son. He had it coming.
So now, going back to Marquette Mania 2, you won the Good as Gold ladder match to get that contract for a shot at the UPW Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, I did.
I had always thought that the contract wasn't signed, and I thought that was funny because you are an honorable judge. You should know better to sign the contracts. I have been given information. Would you like to elaborate more on what actually happened at Marquette Mania 2?
There seems to be a misconception that I did not sign that contract. I signed that contract immediately as soon as I get back to the locker room. Okay.
I told you to sign it.
I signed it. I took a picture of it. I even posted it on Facebook. I signed that. My name was on it.
I stand corrected.
And yeah, you should stand corrected. Actually, you should sit down and stay in a corner or something. But
Not the one who peed in.
He's joking.
nevertheless, I signed it. Everybody saw that. I went to turn it in. Samson took it from me. Now, that was breaking the law right there, because legally, I had the championship contract in my hand, signed. I won it. He did not win that. He took it from my hands, and he basically sucker chokeslammed me, and he took it. So he was being a bully. And like I said, now I'm the bully. I took his son. I took his hip from him. He had to have surgery 3 days later. What else can I take from him?
Now, how has UPW management responded with, I heard that there's a lawsuit going on because of this contract that was stolen from you outright. I mean, he did steal this contract. You legitimately have. What did the brass say, whoever they are?
Pretty much, they're saying it's out of their hands, that possession of 9/10 of the law.
Even with your signature?
Nobody knows the law better than I am. I mean, I have jurisdiction over every wrestling ring in the country. So what they're saying, it really doesn't matter. I know the law. It's still working its way through the courts. I'm still trying to get it heard in the Supreme Court. Still haven't got back a word from that. But in the meantime, what do? I'm not going to twiddle my thumbs. I have to do something. What I'm doing is taking from Samson what he deserves to be taken from. I was totally innocent. I won that ladder match, and then I had everything taken away from him, or from me. Now he's going to have everything taken from him. Got me even talking flustered.
I'm sorry to strike a chord there, Judge. We're heading into hometown throwdown in Escanaba, and Samson said he's going to be there. Even with you guys putting him on the shelf and taking his hip, he claims that he's going to be there. Do you have any words for Samson, or do you have any thoughts on if do you think he's telling the truth? Do you think he will show up, or?
I think he might show up, because he's not that bright. He's got a lot of brawn, but he doesn't have a lot of brains. So like I said before, I took his son, I took his hip. We might take this championship. We might even take worse than that. So he's got to be thinking, what more can I lose? He could lose it all. It's up to him to decide what he wants to do.
Very true. Well, thank you, Judge, for letting me come back into the compound.
It's a very wonderful place. Really like the feng shui here.
Well, this isn't my usual office.
Yeah, I've been to your usual office, and when I got the coordinates, I'm like, that's not your usual office.
Yeah.
He didn't really
You think I'd
like
let him in my usual office? After disinfected for 3 days.
Just happy to be here, sir. Just,
Damn right you are.
well, thank you for the privilege of the interview. Thank you for answering our questions. I'm sure somewhere down the road, maybe we could do this again. That's totally in your grace.
Yes, if you ever have anything that you want to say, you can always use us as an outlet. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're the media for UPW, so we're here to essentially serve you.
That's a great point.
So, thank you, Judge. We'll see you at Hometown Throwdown in Escanaba.
I'll see myself out.
Yeah, I think we can find a way out. Well,
Alright.
see, that wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it wasn't. I thought that actually went pretty well. Which
Wait a minute.
way did we come?
Tell you what, you check that door, I'll check this one.
Okay.
Alright.
I think it's here. I think it's here.
It's definitely not that way. It's definitely not that way. We gotta go.
Oh, you're not getting gone.